Hi, it's Karen again. Today's video is about midlife restart, and that's what I'm working on right now. In order, actually, I got on this journey to regain my health. I've been through this health crisis for the last few years, and someone introduced meditation to me. Boy, it took me a little while to catch on to that, but once I did, things started improving slowly. One of the areas that I focus on is to observe, what's going on in any situation going on. I try not to react or, maybe respond, but for the most part, just observe. Sometimes it's hard to do. Like if you're driving and someone cuts you off, and of course you want to react. I did that earlier today. But I didn't go as bad as I would have in the past. Like cut them off, run them off the road, and all this stuff. I'm actually all I did. I mean, he come very close to me, cut me off for no reason. I just honked my horn and I flashed my lights at him. Maybe I shouldn't have done that, but and I'm human and I'm still learning. So I should have observed more, but I observed that he cut me off, and I observed that it upset me. But I'm really trying not to react at such situations, and just observe. And again, it's not the easiest thing to do, and we're all human. But I think that's helpful. It's a challenge. Gotta be honest, it is a challenge. And another area for this midlife restart is that I like to focus on boundaries. It's something I hadn't practiced in the past. I was completely really unaware of it, back in the 80s and 90s and so forth. But setting boundaries for yourself, not letting people abuse your time and space and this and that. So I'm real quick and easy to, just do for people and ask them. Yeah, I just jump on it, not even thinking. They're like, oh, why'd I do that? And lately with this illness that I've been going through, I just haven't been able to do for people as I ask like I used to. And people can't understand it. They got into a habit of, I guess, taking me for granted. They always could count on me, and I need to take care of myself right now through this midlife thing I'm going through and the chronic illness I'm dealing with. So boundaries are important, not letting people get into your space and kind of take over your life. It's been a hard one for me too, but I'm getting better at it. It's not always easy telling people no. That's a tough one for me. And another area of this midlife restart that I'm trying to practice more is just self-care, taking care of myself, paying attention to what I'm feeling, going through how I feel. If I feel like I need to take a break from work, whether it's 30 minutes or 2 or 3 hours, I got to take care of myself, because if I can't be here and take care of myself, I'm certainly not going to do, good at my work. So sometimes, it just hits me, and I just, go turn on a TV and watch a little bit of TV just until I feel better. I may go take a ride in the car or something. Oddly, that's how I de-stress. That's a strange one, but just driving sometimes helps me. Or browsing stores, and sometimes I just got to get out and go look around stores. Or we got the little bargain bin in town. I like to go look in there sometime. Find some good things for $1 on the dollar day. But just taking care of yourself, getting away if you have to. Again, if it's just for a few minutes or a few hours. But for a good midlife restart, those for me, those are the things that are helping. Observing situations, setting boundaries, and just general self-care. And so far it's working for me. And it's not a magic trick. It doesn't happen overnight. It's daily practice. And I can tell if I get off track, I keep getting off track. So I constantly try to, implement these things and take care of, just take care of myself. And you have to, because if you don't take care of yourself, no one else is going to do it. They're going to take advantage of you. That's probably why I'm in this condition, where I am. But I'm learning to take control again. And, yeah, take care of me, and that's what it's all about. So at least my midlife restart is a midlife crisis, and maybe the illness and sickness was my crisis to get me to this point. Whichever, it got me here, and I'm thankful, and I'm happy that I'm able to realize these things and move forward. And I'm going to leave it here. So as always, I am doing my best, and things are getting better, and I hope that they are for you too. Thank you.